Welcome to part 2 of Excalibur Forge streams Shadowrun Hong Kong. We are inside the walled city now, doing a little job to hopefully wipe out my SIN number and then being able to track down my foster father. We're not supposed to kill any Yellow Lotus if possible. We're supposed to give this dude a cred stick, or not a cred stick, like a message from the old lady there. I managed to pick up the shotgun before the last stream ended, so we're actually fully armed this time. What's this? Future stench emanates from the remains of the building. You see nothing that would cause it. Lovely. A dirty old woman looks for her sewing at the time of your approach. Clothing. Who called it clothing for sale? Was there anything interesting? Here, nothing changes here, nothing changes. Shows the weight and audible harms. Strangler Bao is the big man now. He's very important. Very impatient. You know Bao? You'd love to meet him. I hate the bastard. While he requested a suit, took only 1 day longer than expected. The bastard refused to accept it. She spits. See your friend Bao. Tell him that he still owes me for my time. I don't sew for nothing. You can't eat air. Right on that. You know what to say. You see that you do. Now what else do you want? You say prosperity is in the whole city. Lecture like a dog listening to noise it can't understand. Prosperity? How's that with yourself? I don't know what that means. Oh, whatever. That woman lies on the ground. She's a bloody mess. Streaks and splatters of crimson crisscross her blouse and mat her hair, judging by the quality of her clothing and the bag on her shoulder. I grew up as a student. She's just as out of place here as a librarian would be in a game of urban brawl. She struggles to move, but she's clearly exhausted. The dark circles on her eyes tell you that she hasn't slept in days. When the woman sees you heading your way, she face hardens. You see her hand slip into her jacket pocket, but she says your faces here gives way to curiosity. You guys don't like that you're from around here. Hacking cough shakes her. Her eyes remain fixed on you. What happened to you? Looks like you can barely keep your eyes open. Predators, that's okay though. The blood's theirs. Thought I'd rest here for a minute before I get back to work. A student, HKU. She glances around watchfully. Over your shoulder, buildings looming above her, windows nearby. Doing some research. Gotta finish before I can leave. And research. Field work. I've been taking readings and gathering stories for my master's thesis on feng shui in the sixth world. Feng shui I do with a slum. Everything, I think, absolutely everything. Rich people hire geomancers to design the interiors of their homes, to attune them just right to achieve balance and harmony. Poor have nothing like that. Leave a slum to fester long enough and you get this. She glances at her surroundings, look profound disgust on her face. I think the negative feng shui of places like this affect peoples who live here. That it changes them in a fundamental way, makes them less capable of breaking the cycle, getting out. That's why I'm trying to prove. For awakening, people thought of feng shui as a philosophical system. Now, sixth world, it's more than that. It's actually a form of magic. The whole thing revolves around Qi, the visible life energy that binds every person and thing together. It's very real here in Hong Kong. Nobody knows the reason why. Maybe it's only because people believe that it is. The important thing is it's a measurable, quantifiable phenomenon. It's an entire industry that's grown up around it. Doesn't look like a place where people are harmonized with anything. No, it isn't at all. The feng shui in the walled city is completely screwed. I just mean, look at the place. History's the squalor surrounding it. The key is all wrong here. Feel it, right? Felt that something was wrong the minute I walked in. Bad key, huh? Key needs to flow. Positive feng shui allows that to happen. If ki gets pent up and trapped, it goes sour. That's what's happening here. The woman clears her throat, lets out a hacking cough. The effort requires a moment for her to recover before she speaks again. You know, I hate to admit it, but I could use some help. I started running in, well, I guess you could call it an experiment of sorts. Nothing inclusive. Just a few quick trials to support my hypothesis before I go to the hardcore data gathering mode. There are only a few things left to do. If you could finish them for me, I could get out of here. It's a piece of paper. Please follow the notes on the sheet. Duncan takes the paper from Register Chen and examines it, frowning. Just say what you need us to do. Need you to make adjustments to the area's feng shui. My notes will tell you how. The goal is to remove sources of friction, record the results. My hypothesis is that even small adjustments can have measurable impact on key flow. If I'm right, to improve, and life here should get a little bit better. See what I can do. Okay, folks, we get rid of the dead plants. So, we're going to move the door away from the bottom of the stairs. That one's his. Okay. Dangerously above the doorway. I have intelligence to pass the worn-out wire coding. We patch up some nearby waste rubber. Use the wires safe once more. Okay, so that's one of our tasks. Well, what do you have for us, sir? Street Jesuit, a jumble pile of tarnished chains, costume jewelry, and trinkets on stained flannel blankets. Look at these beauties. Very valuable, very pretty. What are you selling, just out of curiosity? I want a fetish. He sells fetishes, believe it or not, but not in the dirty way. You stay in this place. The stink out. You mean my home? Fender softens, going wistful. In my experience, if you used to anything regardless of how horrible it is, it just becomes normal after a while. The place is getting worse, no question about it. The last 20, 30 years it's been nothing but downhill. Nothing goes right here. You can change that. Oh, by buying something, eh? I don't think so. What is this? Market stalls been picked clean. It's only replaced by a pool of dried blood. Uh-huh. Kind of hesitant to go over here. The walled city. What else do we have to do for that? Action items? Sparking wires, broken water shut-off valve, and the burning tires past the market. can you have a market without burning tires? I mean, seriously. Kind of a staple. There's like another way we took a wrong turn here somewhere. Any y'all see a pile of like burning tires or broken water valve anywhere? No? Let me sneak over here. Ah, burning tires. Come on, heavily muscled triad soldier screaming at a bearded old man holding a bleeding nose. Punk wears a cheap disposable cred stick in the old man's face. This? White plastic case will look cheerful if it weren't smeared with blood. This isn't enough. You've got two options, old man. You can find a way to pay me all the money, or you can drag your bony ass deeper in the wall, find a spot for yourself there with pimps and the predators that should find a nice use for you. Your choice. And Wales. No, it's not fair. I can't just pack up and leave. I've been living here 22 years. I'm not. This is gonna be. Those burly shoulders. Fine by me. He's out cold. So I can't add him to my party? Tires set aflame have been burning for some time. It smells awful. Bucket of sand! We're in luck! We pour the bucket of sand on the flames. Flames are stifled beneath the dirty sand and soil from the bucket. And thus, the mighty fire of burning tires was extinguished. Let's go check out the lower level, shall we? The ominous rumble in the distance. Maggots churn from stews of unidentifiable ingredients. A gun runner here? Type of man with twice broken nose glanced up using a pile of gun parts. He obviously got to smile. Nice firearms here, good for protection. You got a husband or wife, you got kids, you keep them safe with one of these beauties. All these guarantees, section, everything. You want to buy? What do you have out of curiosity? Street sweeper. I know something else here. The Bow's permission to sell weapons is stalled, and sell them even more than usual. That's good for me. Soon, prosperity's in the old city. Snorts is well, you're in Organ Lake or a gunrun or a triad. There sure as hell shit is. Otherwise, you're looking at a hand-to-mouth, meal-to-meal existence here. I got sawed-off Manelli. It's probably contraband. Sawed-off barrel like that? Get me into trouble. I wasn't already in trouble. I mean, I'm a fugitive. Obscured series of heavy bars, old motors to retract them, stained and the soiled keypads been set in door frame. We start mashing numbers in? I don't think so. Trying to avoid Yellow Lotus out of fear of killing them, which I'm trying to avoid if possible. All the rest of water valve might be able to close off the flow of water that's pouring in the broken pipe. Here, macho, so we can wrench the shut-off valve controls. Water ceases. This clean water will run off in the streets now. Hey, the Karma King. Say you, sir. Any trouble, boss? Just leave me be. Sorry, troubles, I'll leave you alone. Give me all your money. Back to the bloodied woman with the good news. The young woman startles at your approach with something in her pocket, recognizes you, she relaxes. Done, it's done, baby. Thank you so much, young woman. Sighs of relief. She opens the flap on her satchel, reaches inside, and produces a plastic sheath. I'm not magically active, so I can't see the flow of key in the area, but I've got test strips, full sheets of paper embedded with key-sensitive bacteria, relative of FAB that doesn't see much use outside of Hong Kong. Strip a sheath and holds it to the air. Within seconds, turns ink black. It's a dejected sigh, her eyes shifting from the strip. We're watching the strip again. She looks utterly defeated. Damn it, I've been making adjustments for weeks now, trying to get the key to circulate better, and nothing seems to work. If anything, this one went bad, even faster than the control strips it took when I get here. An idea why? No, it should work. I followed the text, done everything right. The key here is rancid. It's obvious, but I swear it's even worse than it should be. No wonder this place is so disgusting. It's like my apartment. Student coughs and rests her head on her hands. That's it, I'm getting out of here. In a little while, I tell my advisor about this. Thanks for the help. Hope you don't stay long. I sure as hell won't. Did I get anything? Just one lousy karma point? Interesting, you can't change their gear? Have words with the Yellow Lotus captain, maybe? Full-muscled and heavily tattooed triad member looks up from his PDA board but alerts. Behind him, the Yellow Lotus soldiers take notice and turn to leer at you. In the right neighborhood, tourist boy. We know your little tourist friends. I'm a local. Work for Kindly Change. Show some respect. Red sneers at her. That's so. You already know that you shouldn't be here. Fossil doesn't run things around here anymore. Sand stays. His jacket and conspicuous bulge in the fabric could be a gun, knife, or blackjack. Let's get moving, little girl. Before we start hurting you real bad. I'm gonna tell you twice. I'll deliver a message, Strangler Bow. Close consideration. I'm not really so I'm told. Expect anyone. Well, screw you guys, I'm going home. Yeah, you have a great day. He wiggles his fingers. You're back, smirking. Soldiers standing behind him begin to laugh. Something like a backdoor area down here I could use. Listen for it glares at you. You can see the honored old man's crit stick in his vest pocket. Flagged as his muscles bulge. What do you want us to weigh us right now? Check out this one. Oh, so here's a vented keypad. The keys I'm so deeply scored as though somebody's gonna break them with a knife. Isabel, can you help me out here? Nothing to it. Shows a program on the deck, and after the T codes will talk. Door unlocks. It belongs to Bao's people. I bet that we can get something useful out of it. Can it jack in or jack off? That's why I bought you, dear. Matrix, whoops. Slide to help give you a rundown of some features you'll encounter navigating through cyberspace. No system trace, Matrix combat launcher, I see. Oh, stupid. I expected better, damn it. Take note of the patrol pattern. After hack IC, your voice rate past the additional system trace. Hacking, log IC, see hacking upside. What? Good puzzle. Press start and follow and match the sequences using a numpad or mouse to add more pips for more hack time. You can press next as soon as you have even one pip to step 2. There's a simple clues to look for a matching solution out of 10 choices. Click the matching solution here based on the clues above. Correct answer will let you hack your past IC. Use caution. Wrong answer will raise system trace. Oh. Oh, here goes. What am I supposed to click on here? I am so confused. I'm clicking on everything, nothing's... Except these little pips are what you're supposed to click on. Seconds. 2, 3, 1. 9, 3, 4, 1. 6, 2, 3, 7, 3. 6. 2, 8, 2, 1, 1. 5, 7, 3, 4, 7. 3, 6, 2, 2. 2, 6, 9, 3, 6, 3, 5. 6. Third boy? Okay! Success! And you thought I was worried over nothing. Any of interest this way, do you think? Holy crap, that's a pretty complex patrol route, I would say. Probably hide in there, maybe. Let's give it a go. Shit. Really? Well, fudge. Oh, they can walk through the door, can they? And access codes, lovely, lovely. That's what I'd like to see. Now you, sir. I mean, you're closer, so I assume they're going to go after you. So we blow this pop stand. Smooth sailing, eh? So they gave us the codes as well, did it? Tell me we know this now. Will it show up in our inventory somewhere? Yeah. Because we try to get the old guy's cred stick if we do this to kill anybody, can't we? Left unlocked for restarting a package data chip still in the tray. I think I will steal that chip. What am I gonna do? Not steal the chip? Where do we get that information? Alright, some moolah. I can dig it. Let's say that in our notes, right? Okay, so the yellow soldier master code or something. Notice is 7881. Door unlocks. Booyah. There's our boy. A large man in his 50s stands waiting, his heavily tattooed arms held in fighter stance. His bone structure is heavy, corded muscle stands out on his arms and chest. In his youth, he must have been enormous. Doesn't talk as much as he met a low rumble. Now, how you get in here? But you got my attention. Good, a message from Kindly Chang. Chang, can't wait to hear you angle it. Chuckles to himself. You speak Cantonese so well. Before I hear it, I have a little message for her too. Tell Kindly Chang that her operations are done in Walled City. Strangler Bao has given himself a promotion. Tell her that if she sends any more errand boys to visit with another message, Strangler Bao is going to send them back in a box. Think you can tell her that, errand boy? Should I write it down for you in English? Hold out the data stick. Just slot the stick, listen to the message, and I'll be gone, okay? I get to hear you butchered the message. I'm sad. He grabs the small plastic drive in your hand and slots it in his triad player. Kindly Chang stands correct, speaks directly to the camera. Mr. Bao, as everyone knows, you're a man of swift action. I respect that. Because of that respect, I'll get right to the point. I know where your money is coming from. I know you have friends working for straw sandals like myself. They have been siphoning funds from the organizations. I know about the noodle shop that you launder the money through. I have tasted their broth and found it wanting. Old woman becomes plenty hard. You have been stealing from the Yellow Lotus, glorifying yourself with revenue that we have earned. And I have the files to prove it. Bao's eyes widen as files begin to flit across the screen. Receipts, bank reports, personal communications, himself and his men. Kindly Chang continues speaking, smooth and casual. Now, in light of our recent conflict, you might be wondering why I'm keeping this information to myself. Why haven't I exposed you so you could be dragged from your lotus tent by the balls and slowly roasted on a rotisserie spit? In truth, I respect your ambition. You have a lot to learn about candor and loyalty, but I believe that you still have value. I am willing to work with you. However, in order to do that to happen, We need to come to an understanding about the nature of our partnership. Conley Chang steps forward, fills the screen. I own you, Bao. You and all your men. You are my fucking playthings, dolls to twist and pose as I see fit. I am in this position because I am far better at this than you, and it's time you learned it. Accept what I am telling you, and we can get back to business, prosper together. But if you continue your little rebellion, I will mail tiny pieces of you to your children and take their picture as they open the package. She produces one of her thin black cigars, lights it, holds the smoke a long time. You have 24 hours to return to the fold. If you aren't here, licking my heels by then, the information will be released and you will become food for fish. Your choice, Bao. 24 hours. Message winks out, strangler Bao turns away from the screen slowly, skin ashen. Get out! Oz's casts his eyes to the floor. Tone is chained to expecting a swift winds tomorrow. Stand straight. Tomorrow morning. I'll let her know. Go. Just go. Nothing for me to loot here, do ya? After that, I think we should save. Or can we? No? How unfortunate. Guards are still out there, sidewinder. The same guards that kinda doesn't want us killing. We should probably go the way we came in. If you say so. I think he would have, sent a message to let me out, wouldn't he? Oh. Trying to review it. Holds up his hand, everyone to stop. Turns to two of you and hooks his thumbs in his belt. Oh, that was a thing. Never thought I'd be shutting messages between criminals in a Hong Kong syndicate. I can't imagine what Raymond would want us in the walled city. This place just feels wrong. Must have been important you threw all the way here, hired runners for an escort. But why? The place makes you feel like life has no value, like there's no point to anything. Besides, companion, what life you have here. Isabella ignores the barb. She's too pleased. I can't believe it. You actually delivered Auntie's message without anyone dying. Enough of triads. Let's go to this pit. I'm with you, gun show. I don't need to see this place ever again. Gun show? Seriously? What was his point on it, I suppose? That's not gonna stick, is it? It's hard to shake off the walled city. Its gravity clings to you as if wretchedness itself has grown tentacles. The sounds of suffering subside with their echoes still thrum in your insides. Isabel walks quickly, regularly checking over her shoulder as if expecting pursuit from the buildings themselves. She hugs her cyberdeck to her chest as if protecting a small child. Wu pauses a moment and breathes a sigh of relief when you finally reach the streets. But to returning to Hioi isn't like coming home. Suspicious looks and closed mouths accent on smiling faces at billboard universal message. You don't belong here. I am to report back to Kindly Chang and inform her that message has been delivered. Get to this business over with. Get your cyan burned, get to the next step, whatever that is. Leave the city of darkness behind, head to the Mahjong parlor, and a date with the crime lord. City of Darkness, without anyone dying. Not exciting, but oh well. There's X fashion, dwelling strips of peeling duct tape. X marks the spot. Installation of the heavy wires is cracked. They buzz and crack occasionally with straight lining strikes them. Shows a maximum long. Heads electronics covered every patch of deck space on the rusty old boat. A man wearing a bulky virtual reality goggles glance your ways for a moment, turns away in disdain. Who are you? Look at you. Top clothes get lost. Well, okay then. You just lost yourself a customer, mister. I have 7 karma that I should probably spend. Looking good. Apparently Chang watches you closely as you walk across the mahjong parlor. As you approach, her lieutenant leans in, brings her mouth close to try his boss's ear. Chang smiles and nods, her eyes never leaving you. There's a twinkle in the straw sandal's eye. I've heard from Bao, he got my message very clearly, and I understand that there were no casualties created during your little delivery run. I am pleased and surprised. So Jill did a great job of guiding us. Did she? Good to know. The message was delivered and Strangler Bell is back in the fold, earning for me. As far as I'm concerned, our transaction is complete. When you were gone, I set the wheels in motion to wipe your identities. She pulls out her PDA, stabs a button with a lacquered fingernail. The order has been sent. Congratulations, you are now sinless, shadow people. Wu exhales heavily. His eyes remain focused straight ahead, but his shoulders sag. Well, I guess that's none. I guess so, but I'm not. Wu pulls him up to his full height. Whoever gave the order, the kill order on Carter also forced us to give up our identities. And look, Raymond. Wu said his jaw firm. That's all I think about. Finding whoever did this, finding Ray. Conley Chang holds up a hand. While I was working to get your sins burned, I also had my network looking at Raymond Black's disappearance. I've been thinking about what you told me earlier, and I agree. She eyes him carefully and leans in. I just count this lie. Someone killed my runners. It would be a sign of weakness to the Yellow Lotus and the others if I did nothing. She rests her PD on the mahjong table facing you. Triad's boss's tongue slips from her mouth as she looks over the top, hunting for the right button on its upside-down interface. She finds it and looks at you again. I have news to share with you, my darling. It's the kind you won't like. Raymond Black is dead. She taps the button on the recorded newscast, appears on the screen. Raymond's photograph appears on the screen behind a reporter standing on the docks in Victoria Harbour. It's a picture you've seen before, a professional portrait taken for a press release of a youth centre he was opening in Redmond Barrens. Under Raymond's photo are the words, Seattle men killed. Another shooting involving the police department, a Seattle community organizer, an industrial engineer, was apparently shot and killed while resisting arrest at Victoria Harbour last night. The HKPF police report that the UCAS man, Raymond Black, was behaving erratically and would not respond to police orders to surrender. No additional information regarding Black or why he was traveling to Hong Kong are available. Police have stated this is due to the shooting's proximity to last night's shootout of the White Star. The investigation must remain confidential and no other details are being revealed at this time. Stanley Chang taps the button and the video closes. Wu puts his hands to his face. This just keeps getting worse. You were right, Auntie. That was news I did not like. Raymond's dead. Wu puts his hand over his mouth, trying to process the information. He sways, and for a moment it looks like he's going to pass out. Isabel reaches out to touch Wu, thinks better of it, and pulls back her hand. Sorry for your loss. I never heard of father, so I don't know what it's like to lose one, but I'm sorry. Raymond dies the same night in Rambush. That's no coincidence. No fucking way. Conley taps the video closed. She hunts around the keypad, selects another button. I'm afraid that's not all, my darlings. The security footage from Victoria Harbour last night, you'll find it contains a contradiction. PDA was a silent, grainy video footage of Raymond sitting in a tea shop flanked by two cards, looking down at something in his hand, completely distracted. Footage continues, and the camera displays several blacklit figures entering a field of view from different angles, guns ready. A tall, sharply dressed man in a suit walks briskly towards Raymond, flanked by two more. Raymond stands to face him with the camera. It's clear view of the suit's face, white plastic. His guards turn to draw weapons and muzzle flashes erupt from all sides. One of Raymond's guards goes down and his submachine gun fires wildly, hitting the camera. Wu puts his hands on the table and leans in. Those weren't cops, and Raymond wasn't resisting arrest. What's with the guy's face? Galva reaches up to stroke a rat perched on her shoulder. Is that a mask? It doesn't look like a mask, it looks like some sort of semi-rigid plastic implant. Real craftsmanship. She twists her lower lip in appreciation. It's a fashion accessory. It's also the kind of fashion accessory that stands out in a crowd. The guy's either a fool or an arrogant son of a bitch. That's his jaw firm. Either way, I'm going to find him. Chang watches Wu intently. I believe you. Wu stands back and turns to you. What now? Find out who this plastic-faced man is, and we get some answers. With what resources? Chang's eyes sparkle. I'm afraid there are some facts you're going to have to face. On a grave face, you're alone in this country. No network, no money, no identity. I can protect you from police, but how would you go about discovering what happened to Raymond without me? How would you survive? This is a topic that requires serious consideration. Anya wipes her hand across a stack of tiles, running the ivory-colored pieces across the table. You've had a very long night, my sweets, very long. And frankly, you all look like shit. Rest now. I promise you safely in my town for the night. Talk about plastic-faced man tomorrow. Connie gestures to Gobbet and Isabel. Ladies, go find your friends. Place to bed down. And that rat's nest squat. Boat you call home. We'll talk after you've slept. Figure out our next steps together. Yes, Auntie. Thank you for your help, Auntie. Of course, my sweet. Finally, Chang smiles, her black button eyes flash cold. What are friends for? I don't suppose I can cozy up to the shaman chick with the rats guy. Red stick! Oink. Oh, but you two can bunk here for a while. She moves the nose towards the hatch. You each got had to take care of for your necessaries. Try to knock before you enter someone else's, okay? Seriously. I know the drill, turns to you. Stinks of fish. Just like that place we squatted at Erie Avenue back when we were kids. One of the Azatlan family and their dog. Remember being up. I don't know. They managed to make the place pretty comfortable for a while until the 162s decided that they wanted it. He wipes his nose with his gloved hand. Too bad. They're good people. Nobody should go out that way. Raises his hand. His spine pops like a handful of firecrackers. I think I've been up for something like 36 hours straight. Ups his arms. This has been one shit stain of a day. Time to end it. Rogue turns to you, raise an eyebrow. Anything you need before I leave you to it? A place for my stuff. Yeah, check in the locker over there. You can stash your stuff in it. I won't touch your things in there. That's a lot bigger than it looks. Let me have a look around. Okay, we get some sleep soon. You look like you could use it. We'll see kindly in the morning. Figure out the next move. Else from Duncan? Hey Chase, I got something to take care of here. Let's talk later. I have never respected bedtime before, and I'm not going to start now, damn it. There's my stash, man. Okay. Cot in your cabin is neatly made with crisp built-in sheets and an insulated plastic blanket. Finally, of dust coats its surface. It's been a long time since we slept here. That's good news, I would say. Climb the cot and worm your way into the sheets. They've been starch stiff as boards, but you've slept beneath worse. The lice and bedbugs that plagued your old prison cell are mercifully absent here. Salt air is fresher than the rancid snake of Redmond Barrens. The moment your head hits the pillow, exhaustion sets in, you can barely keep your eyes open. Sleep washes out of you in warm bath, everything goes black. Green time. Dream is suffocating. Shifting tunnel of glass and steel, the towering silhouette of dark majesty, the shadowy doorway, and the teeth. They snap at your heels as you claw your way back to consciousness. In your eyes, Duncan looming over you, shaking your shoulder roughly. Chase! Come on, Chase, wake up. We gotta talk to kindly. The others have already left. It's one rough night. Let's go over your shoulder. Cocks his thumb at the hatch. We gotta go. I've been trying to wake you for a while now. You're thrashing around in your sleep. Glad you did. I'm a hell of a nightmare. He's up, ups the back of his neck. Yeah, I didn't sleep too well either. Bad dream last night too. What about? Shrugs. Never remember my dreams all that well. Probably motion sickness. I used to sleep on a boat. I woke up a little while ago and hit the head. I came back and woke you. You doing okay? I'll survive. Fingers hits not. He winces. Man, nothing's gone right since I set foot in this country. I tell you something, though, this is after a full night's sleep. I don't believe Ray's dead. You're right, I gotta say, doesn't look good. I'm right. Think about it. The statement from the cops with newscast could be fake. Ours was in the surveillance footage. I saw Raymond get shot. The camera was hit by a stray gunfire. Action is intense but contained, focused. Raymond's alive, Chase, I know it. So what do you want to do now? I don't know. Wait for the lead to turn up, I guess. He smiles, his teeth are white, scarlet perfect. I'm just muscle, remember? You're the brains of this outfit. It was like when we were kids. God, I feel like I'm 12 years old again, squatting on stinking trawler. My partner's gone, Raymond's gone, hell, I'm gone. I don't even have a name anymore. And now I can't even go to sleep and hide from it all without having a nightmare. Jaw tightens and teeth grind so you can hear it. It all is going to be taken away from me. With the piercing you got in Tacoma? Had to drop that hygiene issues. Who struggles to smell, he fails. What the hell do you fall into, Chase? I mean, what's coming next? Always around, we're sinless in the shadows, dealing with criminals. I don't know, but whatever it is, we'll deal. Rub his hands to his hips and take a couple of deep breaths. That's right, that's right. It's like Ray always said. When the winds of change blow, some build walls, others build windows. Pickles finally. Raymond never said that. It was our housekeeper, Mrs. Maloney. Put that tattoo on her back, right? How'd you see it? Don't mess with me, man. You know, I've got a lot of anger management issues. He checks his watch. God, but I was left a while ago. We should get going, too. The triad lady has to say. Conley's place reeks of stale cigar smoke and fresh urine. The clicking of measuring tiles is strangely absent. In place is a low murmur of laughter and an air of eager anticipation. All eyes are focused on a groaning figure kneeling around a bloody bound at the feet of Kindly Chang. She beckons to him with her finger and struggles towards her. A loud rustling of plastic tarp crackling under his knees as he moves. His pants are wet with fear, and a acetylene torch lies on the table at Chang's right hand. Kindly Chang ignores the scene. She behaves as if all is right. How did you sleep, my little ones? Fine, thanks. It's the guy on the floor. It's the only man with the incline of her nose. Shitbird here is a plain-clothes cop. He snuck into the area last night while you were sleeping, hoping to find you and kill you before his competition got to you first. My men found him outside the trawler you were sleeping on. You saw to it that your rest was undisturbed, that your location remained a mystery. She nods her head back toward the pillar of meat standing behind her. Good night, Mr. Bao, for that. It's regular Bao. Oh, inclines his head 1/4 of an inch. She addresses the bloody man on his knees. Now, shitbird, tell my friends here what you told me. I don't know anything, I swear. I just got to the orders last night. He pushes his head towards you, and Wu from the floor struggling to keep his balance. Somebody high up wants these two dead. The whole department is in on it. I don't know anything else. Someone from high up? The old woman taps her foot. Taps his chin with the toe of her shoe. How high? The cop looks up at her, looks around the room filled with triad soldiers. One of them opens his coat and shows the cop something inside. He closes it slowly and winks. Cop drops his head to his chest. All the way up. Someone on the council. Someone on the executive council wants these two dead. Chang spits on him with a sneer. Talk your ancestors to the 18th generation. Give me the truth. Oops. Where's the spittle? He never lifts his head. It's the truth, madame, I swear it. Whoever it was labeled them as terrorists. We are to terminate them with extreme prejudice. Connie Cheng shuffles closer to the kneeling cop, reaches down and strokes his head with her hand. And she slowly digs her fingers into his scalp. She pulls back hard until the chin points high. Tri-boss leans close and searches his eyes with her own. That's all he's got. Lets out go of his head and smooths his buzz cut with her hand. For whatever reason, last night, someone on the Executive Council, Free Enterprise Zone, ordered Hong Kong police force to kill two nobodies from Seattle. I find that fascinating, don't you? Yes, but why they need to label us international terrorists? This policeman's cheek with the back of her hand, her rusty voice becomes sweet as she explains the ways of the world. Propriety, my darling. When the government has someone gunned down, they prefer to make it appear justified. People feel safer when their murders feel like part of civilization. My, but you have definitely fallen into deep into the pool. Seattle isn't like Hong Kong. There the megacorps control the government. Here the corps are the government. The Exec Council is chosen by a corporate board of governors. They're basically a legislative and executive branches of Hong Kong government in one tiny package. 8 people call the shots, neat and efficient. Connie Chang steps back from the cop and lights one of her black cigars. For the wage slaves and the civilian sheep, the corporations are a pantheon of gods who wield absolute power. Certainly, but not for us. Triad women takes a long pull from her cigar and taps her ash on the kneeling cop's head. Well, is about my guest's visit to Bio, I shivered. No one, madame. I hadn't called in yet. I wanted to kill for myself. No one knows they're here, I swear it. Earns her enforcer, Mr. Bao. All Fibbles with the PDA is meaty hands. Tell the truth. All going calls on his PDA. Very good. Thank you, Bao. She knows the cops. Thank you for your honesty. In one smooth motion, the Strangler Bao produces a silenced pistol, fires it in the policeman's head, and places it in his jacket. His face never changes expression. I was wondering what we were going to do with him. Chang takes a drag on a cigar and takes the body. He knew, my darling, he knew. Balances her cigar on her shot glass, picks up some mahjong tiles, and begins playing with them absently. It is clear our friend Raymond Black was up to something involving the Vault City, something having to do with prosperity. This executive council member wanted Raymond dead for it. Stacks her tiles one by one, click clack. Now they wanted you dead for it too. Click. Plastic face man may show up on your door one day too. He knocks over the pile and clatters the table loudly. A proposal for you, my sweet. A smile lights her dead black eyes. Work for me. With the Nightmare and Gutshot dead, I find myself with 2 job openings. Fill them. I have need of deniable assets here. Players unaffiliated with the Triads who can take care of some of the more unsavory businesses needs about town. You've proven yourselves resourceful and you have no existing connections here that can be a positive line of work. Shadowrunners. Title drop. Moo grunts. His jaw tightens, but he stays quiet. In exchange, I will keep safe from pests like this one. Nods the body of the floor, will dry blood, and plastic wrap continues to widen. You'll have safe harbor here in my town and a steady source of income. A handful of tiles again. And while you dip your toe into the waters of corporate espionage, organized crime, and clandestine mercenary actions, I will employ my network to find the plastic face man and gather information about Raymond Black. Where he's been, who he's talked to, who stood to gain from his death, what this prosperity could be. Send it for you. Besides the main benefits of helping others in the community, I need To learn who killed one of my clients and then ordered the cops to execute my team of Shadowrunners. Voice drops me. I'm deadly serious. This is a brazen disregard of my power face. Dictates must be confronted, or I stand to lose everything. We need to find out who killed Rainbow Black and why. And we shall, my sweet. Leans in. Work with me. Allow me to help you to make money. Let my network work for you and help you find out what you've gotten yourselves into. Without my help, you won't last a day out there. You are completely out of your depth, I'm afraid. You need a partner. Connie Chang will be your partner. Whose hand goes to his hips. He drops his head and shakes it a little confused. I can wrap my brain around this chase. Things are moving fast. There's a lot to process. Think about it, Duncan. It gives us the freedom to find what happened to Ray. I know, I get it. I just gotta reconcile this whole... Grips the back of his neck, squeezes hard, grips his hand away. Ah, fuck it. I'm not a cop anymore. That guy's dead. Well, the decision's made. I'm in. What about you? That was what I understand. I know who killed Raymond. To find out who killed Raymond, someone's got to pay. Thought Raymond was dead. I'd agree with you, but he's not. Raymond's alive, I'm sure of it. So all in the shadows, as long as Auntie Chang puts up her in at the bargain and helps us figure out what really happened. No, I'm never going to find my father. And it's done. The eye is now open to you. He gestures to her lieutenant, raises a finger to her ear, and whispers into her sleeve. Restore to business. Sidewinder here has already chosen a street name. Turns her attention to Wu. Duncan, Wu don't exist anymore. You need one too. Wu sighs. Yeah, okay, I'll think of some. Velvet rubs her cheek. That's no, I think we already covered. Gun show. Turns to Isabel. Fits, doesn't it? Indeed. I knew that was going to stick. It has stuck. Goblet, Isabel will handle this the same way we did with all your previous work. She didn't say nightmare. All the jobs I'll line up for you will be sent to your computer on the squat boat. She's pointing at you. I got it. Why him? Simple process of elimination. Mrs. Little Decker. Isabel isn't leader type. At that rate. She moves her finger to work. Girl, as for Gobbet, let's just say Gobbet doesn't have a head for business. Not my thing. She rests her finger on Wu. And there's Gun Show. Jury's out on Mr. Gun Show. Meaning? That's direct straightforward. Meaning there's a lot going on in that head of yours right now. I'm not sure I can trust you. I'm charged because I'm best of the worst. All my sweet, don't put it that way. I'm sure mostly equipped for the role. He's making sense. You're the right person for this, Chase. I guess I'm running the show. He said I was raised. It'd be weird calling you Sidewinder again. Haven't told you that since we were kids. What looks from Isabel to Wu to you, I guess. Zarek with new crew. Her hat on her shoulder scurries the top of her head for a better view. Open to the side of Sidewinder. As you lead your team of the shadows, your companions continue to develop and learn new combat skills. Clicking the icon with the lower right hand of the screen will open the crew armor advancement menu. The icon is highlighted. One or more of your command is eligible for new combat skill. At each advancement level, you may choose With 2 new possible combat skills for each runners. Choose wisely. Oh, that's what that is. Pierce Reality, Spiritualist. I don't really summon spirits all that often anyway. Forcing ability firepower round. Single shot incendiary round, positional 2 damage. So 2 armor, 20 AP, cooldown 2. Crowd control. His ability does 2 AP damage and imbalances targets, making them easier to hit on subsequent attacks. Critical damage AP. Is that like an AoE? I do like the armor pen. Sabotage. Grenade launcher. I suppose grenade launcher and remote mines, which can be triggered. Detonate at will. It's against Terror Blaster program. There's Blaster though, so at least from 1 round. Sounds nice. Version image computer. Cool blue homes workstations may menus fill the screen. Link a message to the upper right corner notifies you of 600 messages. Alright. Welcome to Heway. On the change sidewinder. On behalf of your friends at the Heway Chamber of Commerce and Swiftwind's Mahjong Parlor, I welcome the new community of Heway into our new business venture. Already lined up 3 jobs for you. Details of each are contained in a separate computer message. I remember to check your messages often, as I will update your job new opportunities as they occur. What you see. Resources. Which computer? From Isobel. Hey, so I reminder of set of new mission computers will automatically collect and collate news reports. Inform media and might be of interest to you. Some of keywords I've got it trolling for are things like Raymond, Duncan, Old City, etc. Also patched in a permanent link to the Hong Kong chart of the Shadowrun's BBS. It's a great place to connect with the other runners, sell pay data, get news on the street, and so on. Don't be shy about taking a look. Resources. Bao Jinjun. I have been instructed to inform you of the various suppliers present in Heway. Auntie Chang has cultivated a commercial district of well-stocked and trustworthy vendors. Whoever you choose to do business with, you will be in good hands. Ermine Cafe at Club 88 has an excellent resource for acquiring additional weapons, should you require any. If you need magical supplies, go to Parlor at 5 Phases. Start training in the path of the Adept. See what Spider Shen can help you, as well as supply you with any close-up quarter weapons you may desire. O'Malley can supply you with cybernetic handsmiths and medical supplies. Proprietor, Pen-Armed Ambrose, is a cyber surgeon of some repute. Laws, Technopalace is Wampoan run supplier of the local deck community. Place is hard to miss, just look for sign glowing in the alley. Need drones. Reliable Matthews Robot Bazaar is your best bet. And I pity you. Best of luck in the shadows. There's fresh meat you will likely need it. Serial killer? We've got a problem, Sidewinder. You're going to help me solve it. I do a lot of business with Wampoans. If you're not familiar with the term, I'll forgive you. You're an outsider after all. Wampoans are a tribe of techno-fetishists and deckers who've taken residence in the Wampoa Garden area of Hong Kong. They make the trade high-tech goods from people all over the world. A lot of Nguyen pass with their pasty little fingers, and they make a lot of money brokering deals between them and the smugglers here in Hiyoi. Hit a snag, though. The Wampoan elders, their council of leaders, are being eliminated by a serial killer. They've asked me to dispatch someone to get to the bottom of it and stop the killings, and they are not taking their goods through my turf until I do. So you're going to be my proxy, dear. And how you do it by getting those murders stopped. The Wampoans have to delegate them here in Hiyoi by the name of Maximum Law. Speak to him if you wish about Wampoa. Got a big mouth, but he knows very little of importance. Don't expect that half-empty bottle of vinegar. Get your ass down to Wampoa Garden and talk to the elders. Lie, cheat, steal if you have to, as long as they're convinced there won't be more murders. Want my cup back? I want it soon. Take the run? Good, I'll tell the elders you're coming. They don't like outsiders. They might shoot at you if you don't warn them. You'll be arriving. Good to know. As well as cabin is exercise controlled chaos for living spaces, other dominated by an enormous jury computer, serpentine cables snaking component, tying dozens of obsolete terminals cybernetics together to a single colossal machine. Personal machine, if you're looking at your mission computer is downstairs. If it doesn't bother looking up, you see that she's elbow deep in guts of obsolete cyberdeck. One that of half a dozen have been wired to your computer with faded cables. I've seen it. I like this better. Thanks. You can use to study the subjects and components. Clicking your tongue, skinny fingers, target and label, spray, wire from a collection tape. So, you need some? Pretty absorbed what you're doing, huh? Yeah, sorry, the delicate process and you're interrupting me in the middle. So we can talk if you're gonna be okay with me doing this at the same time. Later. See you. Hobbit's Nest is pretty much what you'd expect: piles of clothes on the ground and overflowing garbage surrounded by stacks of instant noodle packets and towers of mint oysters. Avant-garde posters haphazardly thumbtacked to the walls, overlapping in some places, paling in others. It feels a lot like art school dorm room. The Hobbit reclines in the corner, creating a bowl of soup in her hands. At her feet is a cast iron pot simmers by an electric hot plate. Contents are typical Hong Kong comfort food. Chicken-style soya broth, elbow macaroni, thin ham, heaping scoop of egg-flavored mycoprotein. As you wind your way to the piles of dirty laundry, Goblet slowly aside and roll to acknowledge you. Hey, you Seattle. Chews lastwards, mouthful of cheap pasta. Corner of her mouth curls up to half smile. House tricks. They've been better, things have been worse. That's the attitude, very stoic, very strong, it's downright inspiring. Skims the soyless apple faux ham off the top of her soup and pops it in her mouth. Now you want to tell me what you're doing in my bedroom? Assuming you're here to admire the view. Any nightmares recently, like bad ones? Well, stops working me, she slowly nods. Yeah, I have. Well, have. Everyone in town. Yeah, well, that doesn't seem to strike you as odd. Sure does, but then lots of stuff happens in Hiyoi. It's a furtive glance over her shoulder. You haven't got the memo, we aren't in the best part of town. In all seriousness, the dreams are coming from inside the walled city, I'm pretty sure of that. The negative energy pent up there, all of the pain and anger, poisonous key, it's leaking out, and while we sleep, it's getting into us. Think it's some magical phenomenon then? Yeah, I think it is. In my personal opinion, the walled city is cursed deep down. I think everybody knows it, and we live in its shadow. It's bound to mess with the head, you know. It is, but they're just dreams. It's not like ours, right? If you say so. There's a smile, fails, or must laugh it off. Don't worry, Seattle. Fine here. But, let's talk about something else, huh? I like to think about the walled city very much. Too many old fears and bad feelings. Michael. Get at my lore fixing, you know. Why don't we get some better armor? Maximum Lock, can you tell me about the tech people? Alright, one rusty moon edges, deck, stack of electronics. Short human, his late 20s, stands in the middle. Millisteps, talking loudly into the air. Bulky. Full goggles covers eyes. Data jack, from his temple, down his t-shirt. With a velvet of plainly built home-built computer hardware. No, I'm telling you! Nobody uses KM3s. Like, nobody. They're shit. I don't care what Dang says. Sheer waste SRP uses KM3s. They're stupid. Hey, Flesh, you're rolling up. We're good to go. In his face, I was blank and animatic, playing with tiny lights and wrapped in duct tape. Where's your PDA? Rip that PDA. You work fine. Lips working patient. Yo, what do you want? Real. Servo's whine as his two lenses as Google's him into you. Who am I? You're new here, I get it. You don't know about me yet, but you will. I'm one of the guys that keeps this neighborhood running. This is Law's Technology Place, satellite territory of Wampoa. You step on the boat, you're in a sovereign state. I represent Wampoa here, a maximum law. He draws himself up proudly, slowing his hands on his hips. The maximum law, yo. Got a tech problem? Boom, I solve it. I need software? Boom, done. Don't waste my time. Get any business in Wampoa right now? How this will poke around the old city? Worth anything? Tons of chips with a load off the radio. Yo, that shit's banned. Lift off some yellow lotus. Very traffic this stuff. Unlimited slim chips. Full sensory experiences. Looking for a buyer? I can make it happen. 120 cents. You say so? I'll sample it first. These Cal Hots can send you for a trip. Don't worry, I can handle my sims. Tell me about Wampoa. How much best, yo? What do you want to know? Holds his arms up patiently, as if irritated by your request, but he can't quite stifle a proud grin. Well, try grin. Who are you guys? You really are new to Hong Kong, aren't you? We're the Neo Matrix Collective. We run Hong Kong, Data Haven, the Kong Shadownets. We are the Kong Shadownets. Outside corporate nets is the rest of Hong Kong. On those shadows you'll find threads of golden light. Your vast spider to carry information. The golden threads, and that web is Wampoa. Loggers occurred viral nod. My buddy is Redstorm, wrote that. Pretty wicked, huh? Anyway, you got Bleeding Edge on the path to the singularity. We're doing this thing no one else is doing anywhere, except maybe Denver or Tokyo. Our homeland is the Matrix, and we are building a society of truth and expertise and information. I understand someone's killing your elders. Face goes grim. The red light blinks on VR goggles. The light is quietly focusing on you. Grinds his teeth audibly, reading nervousness and intensity. Yeah, shit's crazy. Full on medieval. I can't talk about it. It's a tribal matter. Controlled information, right? We're gonna solve it, that's all outsiders need to know. I actually have been contracted to help elders stop the murders. Wow, really? Pulling on the outsiders? Said in disbelief. Well, I should have seen that coming. What the hell are you doing here? Go get the garden and stop that. Then come and tell me what's going on. Everybody's guessing. The elders are being quiet. And the rumor hub is going crazy. Tell me about the one poa. I don't understand this. Maybe you can if you're really smart. We're a whole different world than most people, like seeing 3 streaming videos on Live Network. That's on my goggles right now. I was wasting Sidewinder. Angry exposed wires? For you, my mother. Those wires are fine what they are. High and dry. I don't know if someone does something stupid. I'm running a high bandwidth tech operation oils. I need tape, copper, and SIP-T. No, I don't. These are the only wires you need to think about. Moses' knuckles are fiercely clear top case full of buses, cables, and cable harnesses. What do you have for tech? I'm a street samurai, remember. This guy in here is the one who sells weapons, I guess. Well, Nora describes the troll haunting the back Club 88 weathered, so that the man has been carved from granite and battered by the crash of waves of winds for the course of decades. Wasn't Club 88. No killing, no fighting, no sex trade. And no fun, I take it. Sounds like the sort of fun you're looking for, I guess. If for guns, speak to my wife, and if you're looking for firemen, speak to my son Callum. If you're in trouble, you're visiting my son Frederick briefly. What to speak to you about? Nothing, I just steer the ship. What ship? There's always a ship. Whatever then. Older woman troll was a striking Amazonian quality. When she was young, it must have been really turned heads. Can I open? Can trolls even be sexy? I mean, really. There's a gone help. What can you offer? Guns or the doors must me or mine. My family's place. Me and my husband are 2 boys. Businessmen, I don't know. I'm motor shoppers. There it is. Now we're looking all dapper. I'll leave it your way. You need to know that corporations do not rule your way. Under a kindly chains umbrella, under our yellow lotus soldiers protect the docks and maintain the peace. Not tried members, and they don't own us. There's always a crossroads. Goods change hands and deals are made. Economy makes the market, and we the families make that. Her man speaks with pride of a woman who bows politely to great powers, but never prostrates herself before them. Families are built in this place where we're left to rot. Strong families like mine we protect our own. Tigers and corpse know that hanging with Hiwai is more trouble than worth. The Triads know this. Better not work with us than against us, and now you know these things as well. You do well to remember them. Believe you to be. I get what I came for. We have a shotgun and a trench coat. We're ready for violence. I wonder if you can get any cyberware. That's what steel security works in the bunker. The wall, no sign of it. Each of this place is a battered intercom encased in a cage of wheels. Steel armored glass, letters very visible on the screen. O'Malley, services, mechanical repair. I'm sprayed by deadly weapons and infectious diseases. Sounds like my kind of place. What do you want? It was Cantonese, but imprecise. The accent sounds American. I'm gonna need some medicine. I better find this guy. I don't know the people. I don't. You I sent you. As I spell and double. Others to do some real prize of the river. And I try to vouch for you. I'll consider giving you time today. Get it? The river's dead. Long science didn't come. Crying shame, that's true. Saw that one coming. Washed up with ice ball and covet, huh? Well, tells me you're here today. I'll be gone tomorrow. I'll keep my distance. I'll vouch for me. Yeah, well, I'll idle your engine there for a minute and I'll check that out. Long silence. Look at several heavy metallic clicks. There's a dull rumble. Heavy bolts sliding back. A green light flashes. Terminal. What appears to be unlocked. Enter the clinic. That was a process, wasn't it? Clinical is host of parties, spawning mechanical arms swinging from unobtrusive wall mounts, pulling on the crepe paper ribbons and scooping food platters and beer balls into biohazard bags. Severely crippled Caucasian man sits in a wheelchair amidst maelstrom of mess and robotics. He's in his 40s, thick beard, tungsten earrings, beer belly, one side bray, both legs are missing, the hip, and at the knee, only has one arm, only 3 fingers remain on his surviving hand. His face and arm show scars of reconstructive surgery. Grins widely at the with bloodshot eyes, clearly hungover. 10-armed Ambrose. Hey, I'm Ambrose. It's cheerfully in English, his words piling together in loose Midwestern accent. They call me 10 Arms. Welcome to Kong, fellow UCSEN. Chuckles, his chest shaking with mirth. Waldo, arm springs to life, swings over to him. His menacing metal pincer momentarily sets a cigarette between his lips, slung enough for him to inhale from it. He says, "You're all right. What can I do for you?" Your services. Not looking to break the bank. Reviews are more control over their action, plus 1 to dodge. Build the right price choices. Nice scooters, whole system. For cause essence slots, so it's magic rating of a character. Magic more spellcasters, but I'm not. So there we go. Oh, sorry, me. Furnace room has been built as a medical clinic, a machine shop. Loud the rumble of furnaces, hum of cooling fans is sweltering. Front area is more like a comfy coffee house. Next to the lobby, old furniture, used digipads, coloring books. Opposite the boilers is cluttered with a mixture of photos, prints, local artwork, images of military vehicles, off-road racing, or go-rig machines. Personal photos. Chicago Gangsters, Desert Force Motorized Combat Edition. Photos. Picture of Hawaii residents, holidays, parties, Tuna Ambos, and many of them. A scope of photos suggests that Ambos must be acquainted with almost everyone in Hawaii. There you have it. I didn't wake up as a woman, and we can all be glad for that. Head to the Wampoa Garden to discover who's killing the Wampanoag elders. Junior team Fixer has access to a small network of mercenaries in the Kowloon area. These runners appear below your core team. The runner selection screen and be hired for a mission basis. Any missions, both team and members will be available. Mercenaries will periodically gain access to new equipment abilities. New items, spells, weapons, or open abilities, and runner gains will automatically be available for use next time you take on one mission. See, I just spent a fortune with like new armor and getting surgery. My boy Duncan, Drew, and their champ. Cider, Wampoa Gardens, a carnival of chrome and neon, rife with every manner of technology and artifice one can imagine. The entire area has a feel of night market, save that chips are sold in lieu of steamed buns. The vendors hawk the latest drones, rather than the full cart. Somebody stalks the streets, hiding us out of sight. It stalks the Wampanoag elders, the latest band of tech-savvy squatters that have claimed the neighborhood as their own. Streets smell of ozone and fear. These Wampaoans you pass from the air station have haunted furtive look in their eye. While the killer has struck it only at the elders thus far, it will be a matter of time before the ordinary residents are menaced as well. I doubt it. Streets of Wampoa Garden are slick with rain, glittering under the neon glow of mirrored signs and holographic displays. The sky reflects the same glow, painting the white apartment blocks of the sickly orange. Sodium street lights, the smell of grilling meat mingles with other rare scents, ozone, engine oil, high-tech fabrication facilities. Despite the hour, there are plenty of people out and about. You can hear the calls of street vendors, shouts urging people into their stores. Isobel wrinkles her nose, scowling darkly. She wraps her arms tightly around her chest, staring off the distance. Is there a word for feeling nostalgic for a place you can't wait to leave again? I don't miss this place, but I miss the feeling I had when I lived here. Saudade, maybe? Shakes her head. No, that's not it. It's close, but just a sentence. Trail off to nothingness. And my mouth shut for a moment. Sighs heavily. This place seemed like heaven after the walled city. The whole world that unfolded in front of me, and anywhere I turned its promised good life. This place just as crappy as everywhere else. Everyone was still in it for themselves. Goblet claps a hand on Isabel's shoulder, who flinches and pulls away. This great life lesson is I'm serious. At the end of the day, that life's a raw deal. Get yourself, a handful of friends, and that's it, nothing else. Duncan cast a sidelong glance at Isobel, the goblet shaking his head. We got some strange ideas about life. Sure, life's a meat grinder, but come, there's gotta be more to it than life than just surviving. That's there, what makes you the authority on that? I'm done talking with this anyway. Swill turns towards you, pointing straight to your left. You're looking for Wampo and elders. They're going to be the Wampo itself, the big ship down the street. In picture, looks like a yacht. Well, the purse. That's the one. Kinda hard to miss. It's been a fixture since last century. These days, just squat. Shops are family affairs, not corporate ones. Is there anything I should know about the Wampoans? They're all tech heads, tinkerers, and self-taught scientists. Despite the fact that there's no formal education system, everyone here is pretty smart. They can appreciate kids. They apprentice kids to be skilled workers so they can learn a trade. Elder Gal taught me decking, and I left after she's got brain fried trying to crack a Mitsuama network. Elder Ip taught me to shoot. Should be here. Come on, let's see what they have to say for themselves. Thought you never asked. Any money laying around? I haven't shot anything in real life yet. The only combat we've had this whole episode is just that Matrix encounter. Doors asleep. Streets are dangerous lately. Kind of funny, like the last game, Shadowrun Returns, had a serial killer in it as well. But that's not like going to be the main focus of this story. I guess this is more of a side quest. Hello? The orc woman seems to assume small circuits, tiny TRID screens, speakers. The TRID screens display snippets of TRID broadcasts from every corner of the world. Many speakers play counterpoint with the susurrus voices speaking in Spirithiel, Punjab, Kazakh, and other languages. Her expression haggard, she fidgets with her fingers as you approach. Welcome to Wampo, my friend. Nate gestures to the elf and the human, with each inclined their heads respectfully. Thank you so much for answering our request for help. You had nowhere else to turn. The least I could do. Under her skin, glowing tattoos writhe and change shape. Tigers become cranes and move on to dragons. We're under threat, one by one. We elders are being hunted by some monster. As you may have noticed, when you arrived, there's been another killing just tonight. Hip crosses his solid chrome arms. Holographic readout stands constantly over the surface, displaying diagnostic information about their state, operating temperature, servo pressure, and a variety of other minutiae. He looks past you toward Isobel. Prodigal daughter returned once more. I didn't expect to see you back. Word Wampoa in my lifetime, Isobel. You disappeared, Elder. Yetunde was very put out. I'm glad you're still alive. When you chose to walk your own path, I was disappointed, but I still understood why you had to leave. It pauses, tasting the air, as he chooses next words with care. Hope my lessons help you prosper. Didn't expect to be back either. Work takes you places, though. Isobel shrugs a moment later, placing a hand on her pistol, eyes trained to the Ip shoes. I don't cart this for fun. Ip, lessons kept me alive. Blinks times, then looks up at Nig, expresses clouded. Where is Yetunde anyway? I expect her to be here. Nig shakes her head slightly. She reaches out hand towards Isobel, shrinks away from it. She's dead, so are Gana and Nakamura, and Tong was killed just tonight. So much blood, you have to stop this from continuing. Isabel's expression remains impassive, but her knuckles are white as her hands ball into fists. That's what we're here for, stop the killings. Thank you, Isobel. Nick lifts his head, wiping away tears from her eyes. Tell me about the murders. Started 2 weeks ago. The first was Go was gone. We found him in the apartment, eviscerated. Isobel's grimacing a painful memory. Been torn apart, his head had been ripped completely off, and most of his skin was flayed away. So much blood it took us a week to clean out his apartment. Hang nods. Palm of his forehead. The rest have been the same. Always at night. Always dismembered. Each scene is like a nightmare. Every time, nobody has seen anything. It's like a ghost. Any enemies lately? Meg turns helplessly. None I can think of. We keep to ourselves. We buy and sell technology. We're not mercenaries or criminals. We're merchants and deckers. And even if someone is cheated in a deal, this kind of response is unthinkable. Whatever did this, it wasn't human. The violence and savagery was a monster, whatever it is. And even metahumans are monsters too, Nick. Just because it's horrible doesn't mean it's supernatural. Happened to Tom. Same thing had happened to the rest of the victims, evisceration and dismemberment. Sent you a reset card to keep people out of his shop, but he'll let you in. When did he die? Sometime early tonight. He locked up his shop. A dip stopped by to ask him about some ski chips he had. The door was unlocked, and inside, Nick lifts her head helplessly, opens her mouth, no words come out. Taking Nick's inability to continue, Ips takes over. Inside looked like a bad horror sim, just like all the other murders. That happened after sundown because I saw his shop was open on my way to get some noodles for dinner. Well, I need to call the police. Hong Kong police force isn't welcome here. They tried to force us out several times before, or come hunting for someone to pin a crime on. We do a lot of favors for local gangs and triads, handle their matrix security, fix IP, their gear, and make sure they have access to Hong Kong Shadowrun hub. We're too valuable a resource to let them lose, so they protect us when HKPF or anyone else decides we're an easy target. They handle our physical security, and we make sure to send a message via the Matrix. Last time HKPF made trouble, we started airing the Assistant Chief's dirty laundry over the Trid. They got the picture and backed off. What do the Wampum Elders do? Snorts derisively to make the rules. They kick people out who don't obey them. They're a bunch of pretty tyrants. That's what. You're being unfair, Isabel. Our laws are for the good of the community. Hence to address you. We keep the Wampoa and residents safe, review agreements, and with outsiders see if they're good community. We provide a guiding vision, like town council. I can respect that. Glad you understand the community is fragile and the authorities bear us a lot of ill will. Single misstep could spell our end. When the invokers sprites, I commune with the spirits of machines, ask them for blessings, and pass the blessings to the people here. I heal the sick, ensure the feng shui of our habitats as good as can be, given our confines. She's a shaman, that's all. She's got some kooky spin on it, claims her totem is some all-encompassing machine that can live in circuitry. Pats her deck looking at Nate. Ancient gods and ancestors are one thing. My deck, it's mine. I built it. The only spirits in it are the ones ESPs I loaded up with. Just because you cannot see or touch a thing does not mean it does not exist. Just because you do not believe in it does not mean it cannot protect you from afar. I can't touch programs either, but I can at least prove they have an effect on the physical world. Your superstitions are just, that's bullshit. I treat drones like they're living things. Exactly do you do, Tang? Tang sends his arms, palms up as you watch. The tattoos therein shift to a complex mathematical formula. I am the first and glorious servo. I study patterns, repair machinery, and teach others how to attune themselves to wonders of automation. The blessed Baptist shop in Purview, where we made the drones, wheels, and soul. As for me, I serve a resplendent voltage spike. Smiles crookedly. That means I shoot people who try to screw with us. That's a fancy title for head of security. That's all for now. It might be a good idea to ask the residents of Wampoa Garden if seen or heard anything. If you get Tong's Sensory Carnival, they may have seen or heard things we have not. Good to know. Is the killer over here? Are you the killer, sir? You guys have an arcade? Others don't want anyone to go outside with their permission. For the Lambert service, others told me that you'd be coming. So what happened to Tong? Just the basics. Well, I think the basic about this, I've seen people shot, stabbed, beaten to death. Hell, I've even seen a corpse that was so dry and desiccated I could have sworn a vampire got to it. None of that's going to get anything on this. Brace yourself and go on in. That goes for you at home, folks. You may want to turn away. Tong Sensory Carnival looks like a scene of a B-grade slasher sim. The cloying scent of incense hangs punched in the air, emanating from a small shrine in the corner of the shop. Unfortunately, it does nothing to cover up the reek of death of clotted blood. Despite the ragged remnants of elder Tong littering the floor, the rest of the shop appears to be in good order, at least at first glance. Nothing is broken, tipped over, otherwise ransacked. As you're about to step into the room, you glance at the ceiling and walls. The blood from Tong's body isn't just confined to where his remains lie. Drying blood is spread out along the walls and ceiling as well. Gnarly. We poke with the stick. Tong's body is a ruined mess. The destroyed, ruinous face is barely recognizable. What's left of his body would best be described as savaged. All of his limbs have been torn off. A pile of flayed skin lies next to the remnants of the Wampoan elder. Wampoan's clothing has all been reduced to rags and tissue by cuts and tears apparently sustained during the flaying. At this point, the only thing that's holding what's left of his body in the semblance of human form is hair-thin fiber optics of his cyberware. Gobbet puts a hand over her mouth, speaking in an uncharacteristically serious tone. Sweet heavens, Sidewinder, I haven't seen anything like that since Audie Wong tried to stash some breadsticks in the devil rat's nest. Takes a lot to turn my stomach. But we sure have a winner today. Seriously messed up. I second that. This isn't a murder, it's more like, I don't know, a feeding frenzy. If it weren't for the skin, I'd say Tong stepped on a goddamn mine or something. Gobbet, use us the body. You're the boss, man. Gotta be unpleasant. Gobbet closes her eyes, taking a deep breath. After a moment, she opens again, makes a strange grunting noise. There's no fear your Sidewinder, no anger either, just kind of satisfied feeling. Tong never saw it coming. And whoever did it was professional about it. It's pretty odd, because nobody's professional about eviscerating a body as far as I know. Think it was a hit? I don't know why the killer was after Tong, but it definitely wasn't any kind of mindless creature, or even someone particularly passionate. It was someone who planned this and executed it and was glad about it. I don't know, it feels like it was just business as usual. Alright. Maybe it was a vampire. The walls are covered and splattered with a smear of blood, most of which hardened to crusty congealed paste. Thick tracks of it ran laterally, looks like the blood has been deliberately smeared. Hey Sidewinder, I know a whole lot about science and that, but I do know it looks like when it's a wall, this isn't natural. Somebody deliberately smeared blood all over this walls. See how it looks like it's got paint trails? That's because somebody used Tong's parts like a brush. Paint his wall with his blood? Why? Do I look like a psychologist to you? Maybe because they're a freak. Maybe that's one of those sick serial killers that sees murders as art. I get no clue. All I know is what normal blood looks like on the wall. This ain't it. Some people have bad grasp of art. I know a guy in Kwantung who used to make music out of stray radiostatic panic button calls. Called it Crisis Wave. It was awful. He's a real hipster, eh? Go through his medicine cabinet. Tong's bathroom is immaculate, the drains are tiny. Whoever killed him didn't get through here. What's that editor? This is a Yamaha 95,000B SimSense device for mixing and mastering SimSense chips. Several drive bays are empty and all the chips stacks are empty. The screen is flashing a repeated error message. Warning, your crystal file is going to be found. Please return drives bay and try again. Oh, Isobel. So we'll rouse out some commands on the Simpsons keyboard, stepping away after a few seconds. Satisfaction. There, I put the drive. Warning on suspend. It's in diagnostic mode only, though. Maybe we'll learn something, maybe not. Oh, System diagnostics check. Memory drive error. Beginning core dump. Please wait. Study the screen detail letters, numbers scroll by. Looks like Tong was cooking some BTLs here. He's hacked the peak controller, output cutoffs, the delta levels on SIM chips are usually about 4 to 5, 6.5 per cal-watts. His delta peaks are pushing 12, that's brain-burning territory, Sidewinder. And all for the drives are missing. Those BTLs were stored on are missing. I never liked Tong, but it wasn't because he was a bad guy, I just didn't like any of the elders. But if he was cooking chips at data 12, maybe the burned body, maybe he burned somebody he shouldn't have. Maybe they flipped the lid and came after him, or a relative did. That's what gives you a serious look tipping your head synth. The metahuman brain can't handle this kind of output. Well, it'll shut down after a few of these. This isn't locked. Tong's desk drawers are open. The safe that's built into one side has been opened. There's no sign of tampering, and the green light next to the word unlocked is blinking. Whoever opened the safe did it with the key fob. Inside there's several blank cred sticks, but no sign of any money on them. Looks like somebody looted his stash. A guy like this would have only empty cred stick in his safe. Alright, let's canvass the neighborhood, shall we? Like somebody went through Tong's things. Did anyone else been inside? It's not typing here. Before it found him, could have been anybody, really. It had a key to his place, but locks total crap. Any half-decent cracking maglocks would have gotten inside. What's missing? BTLs, hard drives, cred sticks are all missing. I was like, killer loot his place to me. All this talk of monsters. Yeah, sure, there's scary things that go bump tonight. Most of the scary bumps I hear from handguns and gangsters. See you later. What'd you see, Zippy? Orc is busily snacking on the steamed bun. As you approach, he wipes his hands and sticks it out towards you. Hi, stranger. Nice to see you. Zippy, toe tag at your service. Feel like you won't pull a garden. I'm Sidewine. Nice to meet you, Zippy. Nice to meet you. Listen, I know it's a little forward of me to say hello and whatnot, but I'm interested in giving you a hand if I can. Zippy gestured expansively at the skull-lit and unlit streets of Wampo Garden. It's my home, at least for time being, and I'm like to stop these killings. Never met before this, but I know exactly who you are. You're my replacement. The elders did my autopsy. What was left of the elder Gan and elder Nakamura after they get ripped apart, and I didn't want to dig any deeper. Since I don't know you and I can smell a Shadowrun a mile away, we got to be the outsider that stopped killings, right? Phil said back, obviously pleased with this amateur deduction. He's the killer, isn't he? Gets by you, does it? See, I have good eyes. A lot of good eyes, actually. They're marketed for replacements, only slightly used. They only come from one certified donors, I swear. Billy whips out the orc and then slaps one of his thighs in elation. Man, I kill myself. Funny, stand at communion. Looks like that, are you kidding me? I'm the only one trained surgeons around here. I keep the Wampoans healthy, gotta practice down the road. Blind Chen's got a pretty good cyberduck, but he's basically an important specialist, and that's that. How'd you end up here? I did my residency back at the UCS. Could have become a real MD too if things had gone south for unrelated reasons. If he opened his coat during his cyberduck, he passed it proudly. I was a deck a little, but I'm better at lighting skin than I see. Bow Garden seemed to have a good fit for me. A lot of customers. That's the chip truth. I have to cover my costs to eat, but damn, it's near free service. There's always a waiting list. But it's good, honest work. like helping the neighbors in the community. Well, look out for each other. Somebody messes with us, they mess with all of us. That's kind of community is rare as gold. These days, Illinois places like ethos like us. Not the damn cops, that's for sure. I live a lot of places, but not my fair share of Shadowrunning. This place is special, and it's been a long time since I really felt anywhere's real home. Zippy looks up past you, toward the Wampo Gardens streets. Expecting was wistful, he's remembering something from long ago. I'm sure I'll notice again, not for a while, not in the city or these people. Peaceful around here. For the most part, in these killings, we don't have much in the way of problems. We do information, security for triads. That makes us fairly impervious to anyone who wants to start trouble. Anyone starts something, we hit them with the Matrix. Our triad friends hit them in the meat space. Sometime gangs have been pushing in here before, but they backed off when they figured out they weren't just picking a fight with Tang and his guys, but with the Red Dragon and the Yellow Lotus. They get the myths real quick. What's left of them anyway. Throughout Wampo Garden. Thoughts on the murders. Grabbing their breath, shakes his head. Pretty gruesome business. Yan died from broken neck. Looks like someone had wrenched it around, and his arms and legs were cut off. Some skin flayed away too. That Chimera had his throat ripped out by someone with pretty sharp teeth. First I thought it was devil rat. The teeth marks were from someone with humanoid jaw. I didn't look at Attendee from what I saw at a distance. It was the same story. Didn't see much point, since I'd seen it twice already. As for Tong, from what the porter told me, it was Gan and Akimura all over again. Take a look at him yet? Yeah, the others. Same as others you described. Jake said sadly, "Nam, I like Tong. Retail business unsavory. The man had to eat. His regular symptoms were great. Generally, all around, nice guy. Friendly with everyone. Never had anyone mad at him. There ain't no justice, let me tell you." What about the elders? Well, eclectic meant for sure. Where to start? He's a spiritual leader. Voice the Wampoans, I guess. The closer friends are really more followers. He's something of a priest for the machine spirits. Maybe it's a cultural thing for some people to go here, but she's never called me. She makes me a damn fine pot of tea. It's muscle, and it's like being knowledge of cyber, Bioware. Definitely the guy who have watching your back. Not too friendly, but you know how it is. A lot of cyber people start wondering if you tear their arms off. It's a chopping gesture from the hand. He's got straight Blood Carnival 3, The Reckoning. Terrible movie, but great fight choreography. About Tang. I don't know much about him. I think he's got some kind of fetish for automation. Found him cooing one of the trids on automated delivery drones at the warehouse once. He works for drones, has a shop called the Blessed Autofab. He was raving with the efficiency of the movement patterns or something. You already know about Tong, ran Sims details, skill chips, used to the city planner before, had nervous breakdown involved in statistical analysis. Nakamura came from Fukawa, and interested in entertainment, trid mostly. Spent a lot of time analyzing subliminals and ads. Then a lot of it was Magpie. She was the chief decker. Odd as hell against IC, and built her own hardware. Salty old woman, though I never met anyone who was quite shoulder nasty when she was mad. She was mad most of the time. More about her. Much to tell, really. Maybe a month ago, she just up and disappeared. I went to her shop one day, and she just wasn't open. Nobody's seen her since. Where do you think she went? No idea. One day she was here, and next, poof. At first, I thought just one vacation. Then she had mentioned wanting to go to Kingdom of Hawaii someday, but I didn't feel right. She would have at least told me she was leaving. It seems mighty suspicious to me. Nobody else seems to have happened to her. Probably because she pissed them off so bad. I think I should start looking. Well, I want to check out her shop. It's all locked up, but the other elders have a spare key. Couldn't hurt to look around. And even though Magpie was always butting heads with the elders, they wouldn't have any reason to let you in. There's a not to let you in. But there you go. Magpie on the other side eye, she was contrary for the sake of it. Most of us had a good grand vision, what they wanted this neighborhood to become. Magpie just wanted Deck. She was only elder because they needed some of their matrix shops. Last big argument was between her, Nagip, and Nakamura. It just was over something relatively trivial. I think Nakamura wanted to expand the pirate business in the Matrix, and she just absolutely refused. Why'd she refuse? She said something about not going valuable bandwidth for trivial entertainment bullshit. Anyway, it went from there to this rant about how she wasn't being used to let Tang prevent her drone business any further because it would get too much Megawarp attention. He gives her blogging them just because she could, which is probably true. Lots of screaming. I mean blocking them. Everyone needs the Matrix skills for their businesses run properly. There are other deckers, me, Sei, or Mo Jinbi, but she has the infrastructure. If the project didn't interest her, she wouldn't even give them the time of day. She's real hard about having the time wasted, and she figures she's not interested in something it's not valid objectively. Kind of major blind spot, if you ask me. She was critical. Yes and no. She was, but she disappeared. Elder Rip's taken over running the Matrix infrastructure. She's not as good as she was, but his experience with drones makes him best candidate. They would entrust something like that to anyone who was an elder, so there you go. See you later, Zippy. Dumpy-looking man is busily hogging a variety of grilled spherical treats of various sizes. Some are sold individually, some are skewered on sticks, and some are packaged with a set of 4 or 6. The sign on the front cart reads, Kitas Munyan Yete. Cacophony of small treat screens attached to the cart, which may different show. And some Django, maybe a nice Nikuman, a pork bun, the Japanese twist. And a tasty Japanese treat, you can imagine I've got it. Some curry balls, your speed, Kita will give you heart's desire. His desire is on the menu. Fish balls. What am I, gay fish? Here's my command, good sir. Kita does balls out Django sticks of this cart, drops from the grill, small body grams, size of the cart, turning back stick, little balls of rice and flour, toasted brown color in front, the dips and entire stick in a tub of sticky brown sauce, we're handing it to you. It gives a sweet, salty flavor reminiscent to sesame and soy. Falls inside are pleasantly warm, spongy, chewy, like raw dough, without the dependent chalky taste. Kita leads back, staring intently. The trid projections on his cart cause his face to be lit in a constant stream of rainbow hues. What brings you to Wampo, Grand, my friend? Looking at the killings of the Wampo and elders. Shivers wrapping around his body, and hearing a lot about that. Don't look in too close though, it's not my business, you know. People here. Packheads, deckers, riggers, pirates, everything that's between. But to find the place, I'd say it's Asia's mecca for people like us. For elders, and give it the basics, I'm a small fry, so we're not exactly on social terms. Make some kind of crazy tech witch, summons spirits and spells, and works her spiritual center of the tribe. She's got craftier than she seems to. She has a mother to everyone act going on, but I've watched her manipulate people. They're doing all that kinds of stuff that would normally do, and they thought it was their idea the whole time. Magically, you mean? No, I don't think so, just really good to people. Hip's a killer. Addicted to cybernetic implants, he always has the newest and freshest gear. Funny thing is, I've never seen him fight. I kinda get the impression he's a coward. Either let someone buddies to handle the problem do it himself. With Tang is that he loves drones and his little decking. Frankly, I find him kind of boring. Well, he talks about neural networks, dark knowledge, and evolution of machine learning. Said boring. What about the mergers? I ignore him. Saw the crowd at Tong's Sensory Carnival earlier tonight. Didn't know the guy very well. I'm Trid. And he likes the Sims. Not a lot of crossover between us. But Trid's queens. I like them. Love Trid operas, Chinese, Korean, Japanese, Indonesian. Doesn't matter, the way I can watch all my favorite shows without missing a beat. Work at the same time. If I were to triz my other business, I rip streams in the Matrix, calibrate in corporate feeds, and resell the chips out here. I wish I could pay the bills, but my food cart's a lot better than that. I don't know why most of the other components seemed overtripped. Gee, they don't know what they're missing, though. One episode of 1,000 Grains of Autumn, they'd be hooked on life. I'm just at the part where Owen has confessed her love to Kaku Maya, but he's got to get his mech suit to the front lines on Mars, so he can't be with her. Downright heartbreaking, I tell you. It's an interesting show, alright. Oh, you have no idea. 312 episodes chronicling a noble mech pilot and the tumultuous love affair of his space station, the governor's daughter, the Pathos, the Majesty. Battle of the Grange. One spans 5 episodes just by itself. For some reason, I guess it just didn't resonate with the wider public. I don't know why. Doesn't want to see a trid show about giant flying robots, love, betrayal, and spies. Stop myself if I carried away. No. Goodbye. You look sketchy. This man has a tired, world-weary demeanor about him. He trucks your movements with a penetrating critical precision. Something about him, the lines of his eyes, perhaps, make you suspect he's seen a lot of terrible things happen. Just soy calves you approach. Let me guess, you're the freelancers the elders are paying and looking to merge around here. Right, who are you? Call me Demergo. I'm one of the Wampoans, but I've been here long enough that I don't think twice about me being here. What have you found so far? The deal. Professional curiosity, I used to be part of the New York Police Department as part of their Thaumaturgical Research Division, part of CSI branch, except I did magical investigation. All the other guys get prints and checked blood samples. Reggio tosses soy calf cup toward the nearby garbage can. Also the room rolls inside. What I hear about chili is happening and keep my ear to the ground. Old habit, you know. You're more good for this job than I am. Elder Neg asked me to look into the killings after the first murder. She couldn't afford my fee though, so I took a pass. It's just not the money either. You see that stuff day after day, you pay a price that eats away at you. You know what it's like to feel all the sickness and anger every day? About to pick up a murder weapon and relive somebody's death? Feel it going into your neck? Bleeding voice of a dead woman for a killer to spare you? These days I'd rather interrogate the living things. I consider that could be useful. Sure, if you're appraising antiques, trying to find where our lost cat went. Turning that on murder scenes is impatient to horrors beyond imagining. I can read objects. I call it psychometry, a little trick I managed to pick up. Don't know how. I hold something, I can tell you what happened to it, who owned it, how it killed someone, if someone loved it or was afraid of it. Useful, but not. It'll tax your heart. Before you ask, no, I'm not going to go read anything you find. I'm already told Nig I didn't want any part of this. But my advice, I'll give you that. But I'm not getting drawn further than that. So aside from that, is there anything else I can help you with? You know about the murders. They started a couple of months. Eldegon was first to go. That's when Nig and I could look into them. Ears ripped apart, arms wrenched out to their sockets, skin flayed with a razor-sharp knife. Rest of them the same. Whoever did it didn't care about being clean death. Funny thing is that the Hong Kong police force was out here a few weeks before that, maybe a month ago tops. I know that doesn't seem like much, but the Wampoans usually don't let the police in here. That's by itself odd enough, but it gets even stranger. Officers were loaded for bear too, with big guns and heavy armor, NBC seals, the works. They went to the parking garage near here. There was some kind of gunfight, never made it back out. When backup showed up, the Wampoans chased them away. Why would they let cops in to chase them away? Exactly the kind of question you should be asking. The elders refused to answer. I asked. Go take a look for yourself if you want. Watch out, though. A gang's taken residence there, dealing with drugs and BTLs. They call themselves the Red Spear. Not too violent. If you don't push them, but be careful what you say. Tom wasn't afraid when he died. He was caught by surprise. That's not what I could have expected. With the amount of mess at each site, the victim should have left behind a hell of a lot of fear and pain. Are you sure? Very sure. Tom died tonight, and the astral signature hasn't had time to fade. There was only a sense of perfunctory accomplishment. Sounds like this was some crime of passion. Blind attack that could have gone that kind of resonance. In my experience, it's possible the gore shows to throw off anyone looking for actual reason. Yeah, if I wanted to kill someone and get away with it, I'd point the finger saying at a monster. Basic Investigation 101. It's usually the simplest explanation. Don't discount other possibilities. You think the mess wasn't incidental? Possibility. Ask yourself this. If the mutilation happened after Tong's death, why would a killer perform some kind of ritual? Serial killers engage in kind of ritual don't feel perfunctory about it. In my experience, it tends to feel more like they're taking communion. It's a religious or sexual feeling most of the time. If this doesn't feel that way, I don't think the killer is actually pathological. Alright then. Thanks for the heads up. Think we can get that key? What did I just get in the one Poe Garden last month? I think it's taking back the question for a long moment. It does nothing. When the composure does return, it speaks very deliberate and great care. We generally don't. The police in the one Poe Garden was true. But this case would be an exception. The police very polite and offered to look the other way for some of our dealings with Loja pirates. Also made it clear that if we refused, they might not only take an interest in our deals with pirates, they would call in Special Duties Unit and force their way in. We have repelled the Hong Kong police force before when they tried to push us around. Probably drive off the special duties as well, but the cost in blood would be too high. Since they were hunting a Wampoan, we saw no reason to refuse the request. What are they here for? They didn't say, and we didn't ask. The HKPF isn't exactly forthcoming in their business, and we found that the less we know about the interest, the safer Wampo Garden is. When you take interest in police, they return the favor. As far as I know, they went right to the parking garage. There was a gunfight. The police never came out. More showed up a few hours later looking for their missing officers. We don't let those in, though. We just delivered what was left of bodies to them. Why not? We were willing to allow the group of 4 in, or they asked politely. When the reinforcements arrived, there were over 30 of them. When the rest of the police setting up camp in our streets, it would have been a circus and disrupted our lives and businesses. Well, why didn't you tell me about Elder Magpie disappearing? Why would we have? Her departure from the Wampoans isn't related to our investigation. It happened before the killings began. I'm certain she just off skulking somewhere. No doubt she'll come walking, pulsing back next month, full of attitude, that life dared go on without asking her permission. If she does, we'll welcome her back despite our problems with her behavior. Her skills make her extremely valuable. I've taken her maintenance of our matrix infrastructure in her absence, but I'm nowhere near her level. The best I can do is ensure nothing breaks down until she returns. Let me take a look around her shop. You have the key? Yes, but there's a lot of sensitive equipment in there, including our community servers. You don't let anyone who's not of the Wampoan elders in there. Why would you need around there? I'll be going down then. Guess I'll have to hack my way, won't I? Rainbow? I have to talk to you. For its belly and blue hair that shows colors, perhaps with this athlete or someone who works at retail. A large shotgun rests at her arcade cab next to her. Towards you a glance, you approach when she speaks with your particular lyric lights up your voice. I help you there, friend, because I'm off my game and trying to beat my best score. And for your old coach, one of those haven't in years. This one's gonna be a grin. I mean either. I just find this one by accident, but I hear the music. I thought, hold on there, Rainbow. You know that's tuned. In moments, Rainbow's game is suddenly over, and her obliterated barrage of air-to-ground missiles hisses breath through clenched teeth. Piss on your ma, giant. Right robbery, that was. Right then, Rainbow picked her furiously on his face you fully. Don't seem them on pawns, they're all might touched. Maybe you are too, but you don't advertise it like they do. What's your story? The murders have been happening. Some nasty work, bodies hacked up, chunks spitting out of them. I'm sure you loaded something big and ugly, that's for certain. You're from a complete accent. Born and raised in Dublin, down the banks of the Liffey. There was a time there, working security in sacred spaces, you know, historical sites or undeveloped land. The green movement was big in those days. It was a bit like a park ranger. Sure didn't beat some dead-end desk job. All the time around country Dublin and Wicklow, I always loved animals and found out being a ranger, being close to them was a good time, yeah. Making a budding new species like the bogies and centaurs didn't study ecology of Wicklow National Park much. Also got nastier bits like the beach usage of running them across popular areas. You choose that demon horse? Aye, that's right. They're cannibal horses, basically. Nasty buggers that drag people in the bogs and drown you. I'm just going to call them kelpies on account of the water plants they pop out. Oh, Muzz, I started to develop a wee knack. Just a small thing. I keep magic from working when I'm around. Spells don't go, spirits fall apart, and the paracritters get real feisty, yeah? Make things worse, this is around time Liam O'Connor's coup from Tiernan Og. With all this fancy talk about elves and ancient magic, 'twas a bit scandalous to have a woman guarding ancient sites that was just mundane but also got magic around her, so I get fired. Older than Tiernan Og? Bang on. I'll get over 25, do I? I'm Irish, not one of them noggins. Hard hunters, a lot of them, always gone about their ancestral lands, glory of the past, all that bullshit. I saw them kick dozens of Irish families off their lands just because their ears weren't pointy enough. They didn't have some stupid arbitrary criteria of old nobility. Just that thing I bought at the back of old IRA, just like the bad old days of the Troubles. Skivers in the new tier didn't pay for the land they took, they just had to back up bullies with guns. I've always been sympathetic to the little guy in the fight, so they offered to pay him out, so I did. Simple as that. Became a terrorist. That went so dramatic, they fixed me up with a cyber stitcher and gave me a lot of kit I've got on me now in exchange for overseas work for them. Smuggling and running guns, making contacts in Europe. Some kind of shite all revolutionary groups do. Seeing as how, family get kicked out of their house, I was glad to do it. I still do work for them days, and there's a lot of less of it. Lady Day cracked for distance, but good. Showing the Wampo Garden. Yeah, I'm a bit old game hunter these days. I get in strange places. Look for some parakeet I've seen before, and I put a bullet in it. Well, nasty ones though, no point in hunting a Taliscat or such. Only the gargoyles, bargas and whatnot. And the work I did with them, my youth, does have a good job keeping me alive. I was out Jakarta last year, hunting one of them in Indonesia vampires. You ever heard of them? Call them Layak or Penanggalans, depending on who you ask. Their heads and guts come out of the body and cavity and they fly around like messy pala pasta. Took me a solid 2 months to track her down, but I did. I did a video on those once for Excalibur Zooms. I think it was in my sorcery one. Once the job done, I asked myself, okay, Rainbow, where's the best place in East Asia to find some action? Hong Kong it was. All the what's-its and the bigger concentration of odd critters than you'd usually find in a city. And spending a lot of time running down the storm drains these days, I heard the rumors of Rat King down there. What a mess of devil rats all tied together and climbed a big, awful rat beast. I haven't tracked it down yet, but I figure it's only a matter of time. Let's go to shock infection. See you later. Here's another half-hour conversation. Owner of the shop works for PDA. One of the Vinyoung Fatrix Muros. What can I get you? Alright, to business. That's a change, isn't it? What was the arrow pointing down here for? Oh. That's the parking garage where the gang is. Where's Magpie's little hangout? You know what, guys? I guess we'll pick this up later. Thanks for watching. I'm Excalibur Forge. You can find me on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, TikTok, Patreon, most of all. Like, comment, follow if you can. I am this close to finishing my next Excalibur Explains, so keep an eye out for that. And have an awesome time wherever you are. Bye-bye for now.